Good day, class. So before we start our lesson for today, let us all rise up for a short prayer. Amen. So now I will check your attendance first. Those who are not in their proper seats will be marked absent. Okay. So now, before we continue to our topic for today, let's have a recap first. Who can recall what is art up? Yes, that's right. Very good. So now, I have here some scrambled letters, and let's see what you can make out of them. Arrangement, that's right. Textures, very good. Design, elements, yes. So what does that have to do with our topic for today? Principles of design, yes, correct. So now I have here some printed pictures that is applied with principles of design. See that? Okay, so moving forward, let's talk about principles of design. First, the learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to identify principles of design, differentiated each principles of design, produced and art present with principles of design. So, principles of design. There are 12 basic principles of design: contrast, balance, emphasis, proportion, hierarchy, repetition, rhythm, pattern, movement, variety, and unity. These principles work together to create visually appealing and functional designs that make sense to users. So first, balance. Balance refers to the arrangement of the artwork in a way that does not allow any one element to overpower another. Balance in art refers to the use of artistic elements such as line, texture, color, and form in the creation of artworks in a way that renders visual stability. Unity. Unity refers to how well one element functions with the remaining elements. Unity refers to how different elements of an artwork or design come together and create a sense of wholeness. Third is contrast. Contrast refers to how different elements are in a design, making them more easily discernible from one another. Contrast is very important in creating accessible designs. Insufficient contrast can make text content in particular very difficult to read, especially with people with visual impairments. Contrast is simply defined as difference. Difference between art elements like color, value, size, texture, and so on can intensify the elements used. As a result, the elements used in a work of art can become more powerful. So next, variety. Variety is about varying elements and objects in your image to avoid making them boring. Variety can also be varying your angles, exposure, composition, etc. to get a few different looks to the same image. Variety is the principle of art that adds interest to an artwork. Variety works through juxtaposition and contrast. When an artist places different visual elements next to one another, he or she is using variety. Straight lines next to curvy lines add variety. Movement. So movement is the use of lines, colors, values, textures, forms, and space to carry or direct the eye of the viewer from one part of the design or picture to another. Movement is created in art by the way the artist uses elements of design. Movement is the path the viewer's eye takes through the work of art, often to focal areas. Such movement can be directed along lines, edges, shape, and color within the work of art. Artists use movement to direct the viewer's eyes through a work of art. So harmony. Harmony can be described as sameness, the belonging of one thing with another. The repetition of design elements like color, texture, shape, and form is one of the easiest ways to achieve harmony to create a composition. Harmony is a principle of art which refers to how well all the visual elements work together. Elements which are in harmony should have some kind of logical progression or relationship. Proportion. Proportion is the relationship of two or more elements in a design and how they compare with one another. Proportion is said to be harmonious when a correct relationship exists between the elements with respect to size or quantity. Good proportion adds harmony, symmetry, or balance among the parts of design. Proportion in art can be defined as the relation based on size between parts or objects within a composition. It should not be confused with scale, which defines relation between different artworks and their sizes. Rhythm. Rhythm is defined as a strong, regular, repeated pattern of movement or sound. It's created when one or more elements of design are used repeatedly to create a feeling of organized movement. Rhythm achieved through linear elements, alternating elements, gradation, repetition, or intricate details. Rhythm in art refers to the arrangement of shapes in a way which creates an underlying beat. It is similar to the rhythm of music, but instead of notes and sounds, we use colors and shapes. So next, pattern. Pattern is an underlying structure that organizes surfaces or structures in a consistent, regular manner. Pattern can be described as a repeating unit of shape or form, but it can also be thought of as the skeleton that organizes the parts of a composition. Pattern is a design which lines, shapes, forms, or colors are repeated. The part that is repeated is called a motif. Patterns can be regular or irregular. Next is repetition. Repetition means the reusing of the same or similar elements throughout your design. Repetition of certain design elements in a design will bring a clear sense of unity, consistency, and cohesiveness. Repetition is the use of similar or connected pictorial elements. In visual production, it is a recurrence of a particular line, pattern, shape, or other visual elements in a single or part of the series. So emphasis. Emphasis is defined as an area or object within the artwork that draws attention and becomes a focal point. Subordination is defined as minimizing or toning down other compositional elements in order to bring attention to the focal point. Emphasis is the principle of art that helps the audience put the story of a painting together in their own minds. Any object or area of emphasis is called a focal point. The focal point is meant to be the part of an artwork to which the viewer's eyes are first attracted. Last is hierarchy. Hierarchy is the control of visual information in an arrangement or presentation to imply importance. Hierarchy influences the order in which the human eye perceives what it sees. In design, hierarchy is used to add structure. Hierarchy is a visual design principle which designers use to show the importance of each page or screen's contents by manipulating these characteristics. Size. Users notice larger elements more easily. Okay, so that's the 12 principles of design. Any questions, clarifications? None so far? So I hope everybody understands our topic for today because we will now have an activity. I want you to prepare the materials that I instructed you to prior to this class and think and create an art applying the 12 principles of design. I will give you 30 minutes for that, and after, I want you to present it in front of the class with an explanation. Time's up. Now everybody, job well done. So now I want you to get a one whole sheet of paper and answer the following questions. I will give you 20 minutes for that. Okay, time's up. Finish or unfinished, please pass your paper forward. So that concludes our lecture for today. Goodbye class and God bless.